Hi, I'm Mike Patterson from Kenyon, Minnesota. I'm a hog farmer here, member of a hog cooperative, and on my farm we raise about 3,000 head. We normally send all of our hogs to Smithfield in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Smithfield Foods, the world's largest pork producer, has shut down its Sioux Falls, South Dakota plant due to hundreds of positive coronavirus cases.
Smithfield Foods has just announced that they are closing 2 more of their plants.
We got a letter from Smithfield on April 11th that they would be closing the plant in Sioux Falls indefinitely. Since the closure of many of these plants, the hogs are being backed up into barns. We just physically only have so much space to house the animals that we have. And when the supply chain and that the packing house can't take those animals, we've just got nowhere to go with them.
In terms of the pandemic 19 that has occurred in this country, we look at the large meat packing industry with 4 firms having 70 to 80% control of the market has resulted in a system that's not sustainable for the farmer, certainly not sustainable for the public, and not sustainable for the workers who work in those plants who have gotten sick.
Our top priority continues to be public health and minimizing the spread of this virus. That's why we're taking the work we're doing with Smithfield and the conversations we're having with them very, very seriously.
The pandemic's had a huge impact on pork production and our farm specifically. There is some funding coming through the CARES Act and USDA. So that's another piece that from a financial standpoint we'll be looking at to help keep us afloat.
The Department of Agriculture will be implementing a $19 billion relief program for our great farmers and ranchers as they cope with the fallout of the global pandemic.
COVID-19 pandemic has affected farmers mainly through substantially lower prices, lost markets, livestock having to be euthanized. The current system is going to bankrupt thousands of farmers across the states, including in Minnesota.
I think it also shows the fragility of the system, that one piece goes down in that processing chain, and we're not able to get meat to consumers. There's definitely some holes in the system, obviously, if we're this broken to the point where we're having to throw away animals and waste that perfectly good food. But I think there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to look at going forward to try to make the system better.
Smithfield Foods resumed operations today. Smithfield has taken a phased approach and anticipates being fully operational by the end of the month.
When I got the text this morning that we were going to be able to start selling hogs to Smithfield again on Monday, I was very excited. We recognize that they're not going to be up at full capacity starting at day one, but I think we're hopeful. At least at this point, that's one thing that we haven't probably had a whole lot of.
Being able to open back up, being able to go back to work, a lot of workers are relieved to be able to get back to their normal routines and things like that. They just want to make sure that they can do the job that they love without putting the health and safety of their families and communities at risk.
What do we do with the employees who are 65 plus or have underlying medical conditions where it's not safe for them to go back to work? But if they don't go back to work, they're not going to be qualified for their unemployment benefits because their employers called them back. So you can make that choice as an employee that it's not a safe working condition for me, but now I can't feed myself.